Week 4. Welcome back to Defending Football. Thank you guys so much for watching. Yes, it is Week 4 in the UFL already. We're almost halfway through the season already. We've had some amazing games in the UFL so far, so I hope you're watching, and I hope you're going to the games. Today we're going to be talking about the Week 4 matchups, breaking them down, giving you my score predictions, and I'm going to give you my updated power rankings at the end of the video. So we're going to start off with Game 1 of the weekend. You have the Memphis Showboats waltzing into the Battle Dome, playing the Battlehawks. This is going to be an interesting game. I fell off pretty hard on the Showboats. Against Birmingham, they got absolutely obliterated, and they somehow lost to the Brahmas. So I don't know what it is in Memphis, what the problem is there. Obviously, everyone wants to talk about their offensive line and how Case Cookus is getting obliterated. And I don't know if that's the reason, but there's something wrong there in Memphis. I don't want the Battlehawks to win this game, but it's pretty much a lock that they will. I think the Hawks are going to take it 31-20. They might make it a little bit interesting at the end, but this is a make or break game for the Showboats, so if they do not show up, their season is definitely in danger, and you might see Case Cookus missing the playoffs. Moving on to game number 2, you have the DC Defenders versus the Birmingham Stallions. I know. The Birmingham Stallions are the cream of the crop, probably one of the best spring football teams of all time. I'm talking modern spring football, calm down. They've won 2 championships back-to-back, and they've only lost 3 games in 2 years. The DC Defenders lost a bunch of players to injury, the NFL, retirement. Our whole offense is pretty much different, and Briley Moore just went out with an injury on injured reserve. I just don't know what to think of this Defenders team. It seems like we're winning in spite of ourselves, and the main problem with us is our defense give up too many yards and way too many points. I talked about it earlier in the week on what we have to do to beat Birmingham, but I'm going to be a homer, and I'm going to take DC 25-24. I don't want to talk about it. We're going to move on. Game 3 is the Michigan Panthers heading into San Antonio, into the Alamo Dome. This would be a very interesting matchup, but Chase Garbers broke his left wrist, and he is out for the year. So because of that injury, Quentin Dormady, a quarterback I actually really like, is going in for the Brahmas. I don't know if Michigan's defense is really the team that you want to start off with. And they pretty much held Birmingham in check, which is kind of crazy. If EJ Perry can continue his streak of playing well, Michigan do the Defenders a favor and beat the Brahmas 27-18. That's what I think it's going to be. I don't think it's really going to be as close as the score is letting on. This is also the Panthers' first road game, so we're going to see how they react on the road. And wrapping up the weekend with Game 4, the only game on Sunday, you have the Arlington Renegades going into the Houston Roughnecks. Guys, the Roughnecks are not a good team. I really do like Reed Sinnett. I think he can play well, but I think there's so many problems with this Roughnecks team that I don't know if they could win. I don't know what game they can win this year. But man, I know Arlington is 0-3 as well, but they are a totally different 0-3. This is going to be a very interesting game because the Renegades have an amazing offense and an awful defense. And the Roughnecks have a horrible offense and a good defense. So this could be a very interesting game. But you know what? I'm taking Arlington straight up. Blowout. 38-15. They're going to walk into Houston and crush them and dip back to Arlington. And I'm pretty sure the Roughnecks schedule does not get any easier. So Ace, if you're watching this, I'm sorry, brother. So those are my predictions for the weekend. So I am going to give you my updated power rankings. Here it is. Boom. At number 1, you have the Stallions. They have not moved since my very first ranking. Obviously, they are the best. Yes, I have the Battlehawks moving up 1. They really impressed me this week and showed that they are actually better than the Brahmas. And everyone was thinking the Brahmas were super hot, but we're going to move them down 1 point. We're going to see how Quentin Dormady does. It's going to be tough to play as good as Chase Garbers was, so I have a feeling that the Brahmas may slip pretty quickly. It's unfortunate, but injuries are killing the Brahmas. I have the Panthers moving up 1 spot. The Panthers really impressed me, and they're definitely going to be moving up more often. Obviously, we'll see if they beat the Brahmas this week, and then we can move them up 1 more. The DC Defenders, I did move them up 1 spot. Obviously, I'm not overreacting with the DC Defenders wins. They're not exactly convincing me that they're an upper echelon team. But where we are right now, if we can take care of business when we need to take care of business, we can be a playoff team. The Renegades are going to move up 1. I know that they lost, but man, they lost in crazy fashion. The DC Defenders came back and won that game in a crazy finish, but the Renegades pretty much dominated almost the whole game. So I will not disrespect Arlington as much as I want to. So we're going to keep them at number 6. The Showboats moving down 3, the biggest losers on my power rankings. What is going on in Memphis? I feel bad for Case Cookus, man. I really thought the Showboats were going to be a loaded squad this year, but it looks like they just cannot put it all together. There's still a lot of season left, so we'll see what happens. And the Roughnecks, I was right about you too. Sorry guys, you guys are not very good. Not much to explain here. All I'm going to say is 3 blocked punts in 3 games. That's all I got to say. So thank you guys so much for watching. Appreciate everyone that subscribes to the channel. So I'm going to get out of here. And for the love of football, defend football, baby.